You've probably looked at CoinMarketCap and you saw Polkadot's price trading at over $12.50 and that it's fifth in the ranks, and you're going to YouTube to search for what's Polkadot all about, and you find a video, extremely simple explanation of Polkadot. Okay, so without further jokes, let's get straight into the explanation. Now, Polkadot is an ecosystem and also a blockchain. Now, it's known as the relay chain or the parent chain because it relays information to the parachains. Now, what are parachains, you may be asking yourself? Well, think of a parachain as a configurable blockchain where Polkadot offers them a set of tools that they can use to develop on, which makes their life easier. Now, in order for a project to become a parachain, it needs to go through an auction process, which is called a parachain auction. Now, every project interested that has to apply, and Polkadot's council decide who is approved. Once that happens, the auction will be scheduled, and the specific project will need to lock up a certain number of DOT coins for the time of the lease they wish to get. It could be between 6 months and 2 years max. Now, each slot represents a 6-month lockup period up to a maximum of 4 slots. Aside from the project having to lock up DOT, voters who will also get to help that project bond to a parachain will also have to lock up their DOT, but the difference is that they could choose for how many slots they could vote. For example, 1 slot equals 6 months, 2 equals 1 year, and so on up to 2 years, which would be a total of 4 slots. Now, at the end of the auction, based on the number of slots they voted for, if the parachain bonds successfully, they'll be rewarded a number of tokens from that parachain. Now, all the projects will reserve a certain amount of tokens to reward those that vote for them. So otherwise it wouldn't be worth voting and locking up your DOT, right? Now, not everyone will be able to participate because there is a timer in each of these auctions. So if the timer runs out, it's game over, right? Now let's talk a little bit about parathreads, as we can see here in the diagram. So these are like parachains, except they don't need to be kept online 24/7. So someone that has plans, for example, to use a weather reporting tool, you don't need to see the weather 24/7. So they would apply for a parathread instead, which would cost a lot less DOT, and it would be like a pay-as-you-go service. You only pay for what you need. Now, last but not least is the bridges, as we can see in the diagram, which will also play a crucial role in the ecosystem. So one example is Chainx, who have helped the Web3 Foundation and also Polkadot with development. So they've got a lot of backing from both of these companies. Now, Chainx will bridge Bitcoin to the Polkadot ecosystem by creating a 1-to-1 peg token called XBTC, which will always be one of the same value as BTC. Now, this token gets generated from a vault where users will be sending Bitcoin to in order to get the same amount of XBTC. So you could think of it as minting XBTC. Now, they'll be using that XBTC in the Polkadot ecosystem for crypto loans using DeFi dApps like Akala Network, or for atomic swaps if you want to get some other kind of token within the Polkadot ecosystem. Now, I hope this was clear enough and simple enough to digest, as this is more of a quick summary of how the Polkadot ecosystem works. Now, Kusama, which is also Polkadot's sister network, works in the exact same way as I've just described earlier, except it's cheaper to have a parachain, and it's also used for more experimental dApps, which may not be as stable as the ones on Polkadot. Now, eventually both Kusama and Polkadot will become interoperable, which will make it much easier to transfer data across the two ecosystems. That's it from today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.